Yeah, so this Veggie Folk season is where we discuss health, fitness, and wellness. And on this channel, we don't judge. We just try to find ways to get better. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tyree. And on today's video, I'm going to be discussing the 2 juices that I tried so far on this juice fast. Now, I'm going to try to run through this real quick because we low-key got to go get some juices. It's Sunday. We just left the gym not too long ago. And you know, on Sundays, the stores close early, so I got to low-key hurry up. So first, I'm going to start with the lemon ginger blast that Nia put me on to because I ain't even know about it at first. Let me see. The lemon ginger blast was created by this 74-year-old man named Lou Corona, like the beer. And shit, like I said, I ain't never heard of dude before. But Nia put me on game to who he was, and obviously for the juice that we've been juicing with. And it's a really good juice. Like, it's a real healthy juice. Like I said, he a 74-year-old man. He can do a 7-minute plank, like the plank where you on your arms and like for 7 minutes. That's crazy. I don't even know if I can do 7 minutes. He said he tried the juice back in his early 20s, and after doing the juice for about 6 months, he said everything, like all his sickness, all the candida, all the toxins, everything, he said everything was gone after 6 months. All his sickness was gone after 6 months. And it's so crazy because I just got off the phone with my granny, and she was talking about doing the Daniel fast because she got to go get her vitals checked and stuff, I believe in March. So she was just calling me and Nia like, what y'all be eating? Like, I need to eat, you know, some healthy stuff. I can't have no sugars. Who out the bam? Like, and she asked about like some fruit juices. So I'm a low-key, Granny, I'm going to send this to you too. All these ingredients. So boom, I gave you a little backstory, but here it go with the ingredients. So the ingredients is with a habanero pepper, which I ain't going to lie, I tried it the first time. He said a half of a pepper, but I tried a whole pepper. That shit was spicy as hell. I felt like I was at B-Dubs eating some the flaming hot chicken, but it was so spicy. I ain't like it. So I stopped using the habanero. But on the video that I just watched of him, he said you can either use the habanero pepper or you can use cayenne pepper, which that would be my preference, if any, because cayenne give the same type of vibes. They both good because they enhance circulation in the body, and it also helps knock out a lot of them parasites that's floating around in our bodies and stuff. So you can use either or, like I said. So obviously you got the ginger. You can either do a thumb of ginger or about 3 inches of like a piece of ginger. Also with the turmeric, if you can find it, if you can find it in the store, like the actual pieces of turmeric, like thick pieces of turmeric. So a thumb of ginger, a thumb of turmeric, at least like 3 inches of each. If you can find it, like I said, with the turmeric. If not, I'm sure you can finesse it with the regular seasoning. But they both great for inflammation, and they both stimulate the digestive system, which what most of us need. We need some stimulation in our digestive system, because part of the problem is a lot of us ain't absorbing like the nutrients and stuff from the food. And it sounds like the ginger and the turmeric can give you a kickstart on that and get your stuff rolling, get the ball rolling on that. Also, so we got the habanero pepper, we got the ginger, we got the turmeric. Also, we got the green apples. Now, for both of these juices, I would say it'll be better to use green apples, but if you can't find the green apples, you should be able to. But if you can't find the green apples, or it's just your preference to use a sweeter apple like the red apples, Honey Crisp, the Gala apples, whatever the case may be, you know what they say, one apple a day keep the doctors away. So, you know, use that methodology when you're getting your apples. So you need at least 2 apples, and they help, you know, with the sweetness of the juice. Like I said, with the habanero pepper and the cayenne pepper, it can get real spicy. So, you know, the apple can help cut that with a little bit of sweetness. So boom. And then you got 1 lemon. And for this particular juice, they said cut the skin off. So just cut the skin off around it and just put the whole lemon in the juicer. You already know what that citrus do to the body. You know, that lemon gonna cut through and break all that old shit that's inside of your body, all up your back and all that. It's gonna cut through and help loosen all that stuff up. You know what I'm saying? 1 bunch of celery. So Obviously, how it's sold, some are thicker than others, but typically just use one bunch of that. So however many sticks that come with it. And celery's good because it's very hydrating. I ain't even know that about celery, I ain't gonna lie. And it offers a good amount of juice. It provides a good amount of juice, rather, I should say. One bunch of parsley. That parsley is crazy. I ain't even know about parsley. I mean, we eat with parsley all the time, but I ain't know parsley was like a blood purifier. It's good for the blood. All the chlorophyll that comes from it. I mean, chlorophyll is good from all, you get chlorophyll from all your leafy greens. And that's just the blood of the plants, which helps our blood, which is what we need. So you got habanero pepper, ginger, turmeric, at least 2 apples, 1 lemon with the skin off, 1 bunch of celery, 1 bunch of parsley, and then you could do 2 to 3 cucumbers. I ain't gonna lie, we was doing about 3. And make sure you shave the skin off of the cucumbers, just especially while you juicing. It just, I can get into that another time, but I've heard that multiple times, like, it's better if we don't eat the skin off of a cucumber. You know what I'm saying? But cucumbers is obviously real good for hydration in the body. And so you got that. 1 bunch of cilantro. Now, y'all already know I be cutting up when I be making my guacamole and stuff, and I always got to add my pico de gallo, which got cilantro and stuff in it. And I love cilantro. I love the smell, the aroma of cilantro, all of that. Cilantro is good for getting rid of heavy metals. You know what I'm saying? And we all can use some of that. You know what I'm saying? Especially people that work in warehouses and mechanics and all type of stuff. And you ain't even got to be that. We all get exposed to heavy metals. You know what I'm saying? That's great. 1 bunch of fresh mint. You can use kale, which is great. He had black kale on here, but we already had the other kale in our house, so we just used that. You know, just work with what you got. If you already got some of these ingredients at the crib, obviously use that. You know what I'm saying? Then when you re-up, you can go get what I'm listing off right here. So you got the black kale, then you got dandelion greens. They real bitter. They real bitter, but low-key, all the leafy greens that's real bitter happen to be the ones that's real good for our bodies. You know, they give us the most nutrients. And somebody like me, like dandelion greens is good for the liver. You know, I used to be a whole drunk, you know what I'm saying? So all that turning up I did in the past and all of that, like, somebody like me, when I hear shit like that, I be, damn, like, I need some of that. And them all the ingredients. He got on here that you can add fennel. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I haven't tried it with the fennel yet. I probably won't because like I said, all of this stuff, these are great ingredients, and the combination of all of them does wonders to the body. We've been doing this for the past 2.5 weeks so far, and we've been getting good results, like energy-wise on all of it. Now, I ain't gonna lie, you know, if you just juicing, you got to be able to juice a whole lot, you know, in order to feel full. I ain't gonna lie. And that's something that, you know, it'll be good to get you a real good juicer. Like, we ain't got one yet. I got to go get me a Nama J, because a Nama J, you could just throw most of that shit in there and it's going to juice it for you. It make the process easier. Like, we got one of them older Amazon juicers off of Amazon, which takes a little longer, you know, than we would like it to. But once you juice all of this, strain it and all of that, add water to it, because water going, first of all, like I said, cut that spice level. And it ain't that bad, to be honest. It ain't horrible. Like I said, the first time I did it, I added a whole habanero. He said add a half of a habanero, but you can add cayenne pepper too if you want. And add water to cut it and to make the juice last longer. You know what I'm saying? Which helps. All right, that's for that one. The next juice, we got Yaki Awaken got his juice. I believe he called it the Geo-Genetic green juice. You know, it done already went viral and all of that. And so he already got a lot of reviews on his juice. But I haven't tried it yet until now. And so I'm going to go with the ingredients because, like I said, I got to go. We got to hurry up and make it to the store for they close. So in his juice, he got about the same amount of ingredients. So he do 1 bunch of parsley. You know, he be raving about the parsley. And like I said, it's a blood purifier. And it also helps clean out the kidneys, which is good for when you trying to detox and get rid of toxins. You know what I'm saying? He does one bunch of cilantro. So parsley and cilantro, you know, and most of y'all keep that in the crib. Most of us got cilantro and parsley in the crib, so that ain't hard to come by. And like I said, cilantro is a metal detoxifier. It gets them heavy metals. It rids the body of the heavy metals, which is great. And like I said, I love cilantro. You got cucumbers. I ain't gonna lie, I probably overdo it with the cucumbers. We usually add more than what they say to add. But like I said, cucumbers is full of electrolytes, which we need, and they hydrate the body. So he has just 2 cucumbers. I usually, like I said, do 2 to 3, and make sure you peel the skin off when you do them. Then he also does 1 bunch of celery, and he had on here that we actually need sodium in the body, and a lot of people be trying to eliminate sodium, but according to Yaki Awaken, which I need to research some more too. Like I said, I'm following the people. I'm doing the work. So these are the experts that had these protocols in place. While I'm doing my own research, I'm actually doing the work. So I'm just following the protocol right now. But what he say is that we need sodium. We need salt to bring in water. You know, he said we salt water creatures, which is true. And we need that sodium and the salt to bring in the water. So according to him, he said without salt, it'd be hard for us to have hydration. We probably won't really get any hydration without the combination of the two, with the salt and water. So he was saying that celery provides that. And he said it also lowers the blood sugar, which most of all of us need. He does 1 lemon, but he does it with the skin. On the other juice, on the lemon ginger blast, they say to peel the skin. On Yaki's genetic green juice, he say to leave the skin on there. So 1 lemon with the skin, and he specifically say do Granny Smith apples for his. Do 7 Granny Smith apples because they really stringent and they pull on toxins. Also, he does 1 thumb of ginger. Ginger is great for the lymphatic system. I'm learning that as I'm getting more and more into my health and wellness. Like, ginger is very, very good. And he also does like a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, which can also be considered a blood purifier, you know, and it helps stimulate your cardiovascular system, which is very important. So yeah, that's his juice. So like I said, Yaki Awaken's juice is the parsley, the cilantro, the cucumbers, the celery, the lemon, the 7 Granny Smith apples, 1 thumb of ginger, and cayenne pepper. And now, after trying both, and they got similar ingredients, obviously. So I don't think you could go wrong with either one. Personally, my preference probably would be the Yaki Awaken juice. You know what I'm saying? Just flavor wise and texture wise, I like it better. If you wanna, you know, if you wanna go off taste and all of that type of stuff. Man, we'd have had to come on to the stove, man. I told y'all it was getting it was getting late. So Nia and Artie's right now grabbing some of the ingredients for the green juice. But like I was saying before I left the crib, yeah, my preference is Yaki Awaken juice. Like, flavor wise and texture wise, I just, that's more my stilo, my speed for real. But both juices, they kind of give the same type of benefits and nutrients. So you can't go wrong with either one, because the lemon blast juice is good. Like, flavor wise, they not that bad. If you can cut it properly enough, like as far as the amount of water added to the juice, and depending on how much of the habanero or the cayenne pepper you add to the ginger lemon blast juice, like, they good juices. And you know, it got a kick to that motherfucker. Like, it got a kick to it. The whole purpose of this video is just to talk about the ingredients of the juice and just to talk about my liking. I mean, it don't really matter if I dislike it. I just know it's beneficial to the body. That's what I can say. After doing it for the past 2.5 weeks, like, I'm feeling the results. You know what I'm saying? You know, you still got to go the whole 40, at least 40 plus. And like I said, Yaki did 120 days. I ain't going to do that long. I ain't going to lie. But These are very beneficial juices. And like I said to my granny who's asking about a juice, like I would recommend either one of these juices, both of the juices to any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? To re-stimulate, rejuvenate the cells in your body, to stimulate your lymphatic system, to stimulate the digestive system, like the whole nine, to hydrate the body. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they bogus. And to everybody out here who getting Botox and all of that type of shit, like, you ain't even got to do that when it comes to these juices. Like, you gonna look young off of these juices. You gonna be under the Peter Pan Act for sure. Like, I'm telling you, the hydration is gonna get you to where you need to be as far as your youthfulness. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to know, the only way to find out is to do it, is to try the juice. You know? And even whether you're doing a 40-day juice fast or not, like, you can still implement this in your regular life. Like I said, my granny, she finna do the Daniel fast. And even if you just trying to eat clean, this could be either one of these juices could be a great juice to drink in the morning, to drink at night before you go to bed, like, or just to drink throughout the day. You know, so keep an open mind when it comes to these juices. It's getting dark. I need to go ahead and go inside the store with her. Yeah, so that's it for today's video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube, and be on the lookout for more videos to hit my channel real soon. Tap in with me.